Good morning. Welcome to EPG Pathshala. In this section, we will be discussing about the green buildings. In fact, human habitat, that is, buildings, interact with the environment in several ways. And during the lifetime of the building, starting from the design, construction, operation, maintenance, and uh, demolition, a huge quantity of natural resources are utilized and the equivalent amount of waste is generated during the operation and all these uh, functioning of the buildings. So green building in fact envisages the design of the buildings in such a way so that the resource utilization means energy utilization, water, metal, soil, and other construction materials and other requirement involved in the operation of the building is minimized without affecting the services provided by the building and also the minimization of the waste generation. Now the aims of green building, that is to provide the highest living standard without compromising the environment and ecological sustainability. We will define the sustainability in our next slides. Basic function of a building is to provide the shelter. Now, apart from this, a building should provide two fundamental physiological comforts, that is, visual comforts, which is the ability to allow occupants to see clearly for carrying out their daily activities and official tasks. The second is the thermal comfort, and that is ability to keep occupants cold in the summers and warm in winters. Now these two comforts can be provided either manually or artificially. Now naturally means the using of natural available resources such as sunlight, heat energy from sun, natural wind, evaporation from trees, etc., while saving energy for visual and thermal comforts. Here I may add that if we save just 1 unit of electricity, it means about 1.3 units of energy produced at the thermal power plant or the other plants. And each unit of energy generation at the thermal power plant uh, releases about 0.9 kilogram of carbon dioxide. So that means that if we save energy, we are saving the release of, or we are minimizing the release of greenhouse gases in the form of carbon dioxide. Now second is the artificially using man-made resources such as electrical lighting, ACs, etc., involving large-scale energy consumption coupled with huge energy generation leading to pollution and greenhouse gases emission. Now let us see what is sustainability. Sustainability is always local, which is context specific. The minute we start importing design technologies, products, or materials, the environment impact increases multifolds, which defeat the very purpose of designing a sustainable or green building. Now, the contribution of buildings toward environment pollution. Now, at global level, about 50% of the world's air pollution is caused due to the buildings, and 40% of the greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere are coming from the energy utilization and other activities in the buildings. 50% of water pollution is caused due to buildings, and 48% of solid waste generated is again because of the buildings, and 50% of chlorofluorocarbons which are released into the environment are coming from the buildings. Now, challenges to the environment from construction industry. Global estimate in construction sector over the full cycle of a building, which include planning, manufacturing, construction, operation, maintenance, and demolition. The energy use is at least 40% of the total energy used throughout. Water consumption is about 42%, and raw material consumption is about 50%. Now, main features of green building. Across the globe, the area valued highest for real estate sale or purchase are the greenest part of a city. Main feature of such green buildings are availability of clean air, cooler climates, ample groundwater, rich flora and fauna, natural lighting, and ample wind flow, a recreation area for citizens, for children and adults. Now, the objective of the green buildings can be met adopting the following practices: reduce pollution and degradation of environment, optimal demand for water, electrical energy, and natural resources, minimum excavation of water from environment, and zero discharge. Minimum generation of waste during various phases of construction and establishment. Recycle and reuse of its waste on site. Aesthetic and energy efficient. The design should be such that maximum natural energy can be utilized. Generate its own electricity through renewable means such as solar or use of biomass materials. Use of local materials as far as possible in construction. Minimize the use of wood. Grow its own food on site, leaving some space for kitchen gardening and protecting occupants' health and improve productivity. Now, strategies and practices for green building construction. Number one is the design and construction material. Architectural design should be such that it allows good ventilation to bringing fresh air inside, delivering good indoor air quality. Avoiding use of material and chemicals which produce harmful or toxic emissions. Using sustainable building materials like brick from fly ash, air cavity blocks, recycled glass and steel, renewable materials like bamboo and rubber, etc. Using of water-based paints or lower volatile organic compound paints and stains. Building design should ensure comfort and enjoyment of their people by creating right indoor temperature and natural light through passive design. Constructing green roof systems that offer on-site gardens and protection from the transfer of heat from the rooftop to the building. Now, second is the energy management. The use of energy should be minimized at all stages of a building's lifetime. Installing energy efficient windows and doors, maximizing natural lights to save lighting requirements and keep buildings warm in cooler months. Using renewable energy like installing solar systems to power the building. In fact, there are various options in terms of renewable energy. One can use solar, thermal, solar photovoltaic systems for heat and electricity generation. The other is the wind energy, biomass energy. Biomass can be utilized in several ways like gasification, pyrolysis, then biodiesel production, then bioethanol production. So depending upon the situation, any of the technology can be adopted. Use of energy efficient appliances like LED lights or Bureau of Energy Efficiency 5-star rated appliances. Now third is the water management, minimizes water use in buildings by use of recycled water, rainwater harvesting to recharge the groundwater, installing sewage treatment plant to treat the wastewater for its reuse in landscaping, firefighting, construction activities, etc. Installing water purification system to provide safe drinking water, considering the impact of buildings on flow of storm water. The net water balance of the building should be nearly zero during operation phase, that is, as much water is excavated from the ground, that much should be recharged. Now next is the solid waste management. Using durable material which generate less waste, accounting for a building's end of life stage by designing for demolition, waste recovery and reuse. Engaging building users in reuse and recycling. Now the fifth is the keeping our environment green, that is planting trees around the building to add aesthetic value, encouraging the use of potted plant to add beauty and greenery, designing scope for kitchen gardening on rooftop, looking for ways to make urban areas greener. Now the benefits of green buildings. The benefit of green buildings ranges from individual to global level. These can be divided in three main categories, that is environment, economic and social. Now first the environment. Green buildings offer benefit to our climate and environment. These not only reduce the harmful impact on the environment but also produces a positive impact on the environment. General benefit of green buildings are protect ecology and ecosystems, reduce wastage of water, conserve natural resources, improve air and water quality. Now at global level, the building sector has the largest potential for significantly reducing the greenhouse gases emission compared to other Major emitting sectors. United Nations Environment Programme. Now this is reported by United Nations Environment Programme 2009. The emission saving potential is said to be as much as 84 gigatons of carbon dioxide by 2050 through direct measures in building such as energy efficiency, fuel switching, and the use of renewable energy. This is estimated by UNEP 2016. The building sector has the potential to make energy saving of 50% or more by 2050 in support of limiting global temperature rise to 4 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. Now, as per the usual convention, it is estimated that the things which are moving right now, the estimated temperature rise may be in around 4 degrees Celsius. But if we take all these energy saving measures, energy conservation measures, it can be reduced to 2 degrees Celsius. The next is the building level. As per the Indian Green Building Council report, certified green building results in energy saving of 40 to 50% and water saving of 20 to 30% compared to conventional buildings in India. Now, the economic benefits obtained from the buildings. Green buildings offer a number of economic benefits such as reduced working cost, create market for green products and services, improve occupants' productivity. Green buildings are generally 10 to 15% more expensive to construct as compared to standard traditional buildings, but its cost is recovered in a short span of 2 to 2.5 years due to the saving cost in the operation cost of the green buildings. Now, the social benefit accrued from the use of green buildings. Green buildings also offers positive social benefit in terms of improved quality of life, minimize pressure on local infrastructure, improve comfort and health. Workers in green, well-ventilated offices record a 101% increase in cognitive scores, that is brain functioning. Employees in offices with windows slept an average of 46 minutes more per night. This is estimated by American Academy of Sleep Medicine's 2013. Research suggests that better indoor quality flow, low carbon dioxide and pollutants, and high ventilation rate can lead to a improvement in performance of up to 8%. The green building in Indian context. A building is green when the following parameters are met. It is designed using an integrated approach. It provides its user with an optimal level of comfort, catering to local needs. Now, this NBC is the National Building Code. The use of minimum resources sourced locally as per various IS codes and others. It consumes minimum energy and water as per Energy Conservation Building Code and National Building Code. It generates optimum waste processed locally as per Central Pollution Control Board and MOEF norms during the entire life cycle of the building. Now, the steps for designing green building, integrated design approach with a common goal, sustainability, by following regional development plan as the UDPFI guidelines by laws, following India's national codes such as National Building Code and Energy Conservation Building Code and standards, optimizing site conditions, tree, water bodies, wind flow, orientation, etc., and harnessing them to cater to the thermal and visual comforts. Locally available construction material, manpower, and technique. Designing precisely sized energy systems and not basing them on broad thumb rules. Reducing the resource consumption of the building and its inhabitants by adopting energy efficient technologies and equipments, by adopting renewable energy technologies, application to reduce the demand on conventional energy. Here I may say that the conventional sources of energy are electricity, petroleum products, and coal. And if some part of that could be reduced by renewable energy, which is solar, wind, and biomass based, so that helps in energy conservation. Now, initiatives for promotion of green building projects in India. These are the steps taken by the government to popularize and uh, have the green buildings in the country. Several central and state governments have started providing incentives to those who get their building green certified. The list of incentives provided are given below. That is MOEFCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climatic Change, the Government of India, via Office Memorandum in May 2011, has decided that proposal for environment clearance in respect of buildings and construction projects having green building rating under GRIHA, IGBC or LEED will get out of term priority for environment clearance. Now several state governments, the Government of Punjab, Department of Housing and Urban Development through a amendment in Punjab Urban Planning and Development Authority Building Rules 2014 offered an additional 5% floor area ratio free of charge to the eco-friendly buildings certified by Bureau of Energy Efficiency or GRIHA or IGBC. Similarly, the HP government Department of Town and Country Planning offer an additional 10% FAR for projects pre-certified by IGBC Gold, Platinum rating or GRIHA 4 to 5 star rating. Rajasthan Government Urban Development and Housing Department through gazetted notification in 2017 has offered an additional 5% FAR free of charge for green buildings certified by LEED or IGBC with gold rating or Bureau of Efficiency certified. The UP Government Department of Housing and Urban Planning has notified an additional 5% FAR free of charge for projects which are rated as gold or platinum by LEED or IGBC, or 4-star by Griha. Similarly, for the green buildings, the West Bengal government has announced through an amendment on 23rd September 2015 in Kolkata Municipal Corporation Building Rules, 10% FAR for projects P certified by Griha, 4-star rating, or IGBC Gold or above rating. Andhra Pradesh Government Municipal Administration and Urban Development through amendment in the Andhra Pradesh Building Rule 2017 offered following incentives to those buildings which follow the guidelines issued in the Andhra Pradesh Energy Conservation Building Code and obtained the rating from IGBC or LEED India or TERI or Griha. 20% reduction on permit fees, one-time reduction of 20% duty on transfer of property if the property is sold within 3 years on the submission of occupancy certificate issued by the local authority. The green buildings helps in conservation of the natural resources and minimize the waste generation, which ultimately control the pollution of air and pollution of air at domestic level, at city level, at national level, and also at global level. It reduces the greenhouse gases emission. At domestic level, it helps in reducing the electricity bills, and it helps in regional environment pollution also. It is agreed that the cost of construction of the green building is a little higher as compared to traditional buildings, but that cost is paid back in a very short span of 2.5 years. So, and apart from all these benefits, the government of India is providing several incentives to the green buildings in the country. So one must go for the green buildings, or the green building concept should be adopted in the existing buildings to the extent possible.